guys, we're going to get rolling now with the Maker Shop. As far as my recipe in comparison to Kata, Chunk-A-Dust, and Inedible Soaps, this is my recipe. So with the baking soda, I have more than Chunk-A-Dust and Kata, but not as much as Inedible Soaps. My citric acid is more than all three of them, because whenever you use powdered surfactants, that slows down your fizzing action. So I add a little bit more of the citric acid so that it doesn't just stand still in your tub, foaming and not doing much. Cream of tartar, I use more than Kata and Inedible Soaps, and the same as Chunk-A-Dust. I do not use cornstarch. Looks like Chunk-A-Dust is the only one who does out of those three. SLSA, I use less than Kata, but the same as Chunk-A-Dust and Inedible Soaps. Kale and clay, I use less than Chunka and Inedible Soaps. Kata doesn't use any at all. With our wet ingredients, the Polysorbate, I use less than Chunk-A-Dust, but the same as Kata and Inedible Soaps. I do not use oils in my formulation. I use butters. I do not use milk powders. And my binder is witch hazel and rubbing alcohol, which is a 70-30 mix. And out of that 70-30 mix, I use 1%. So let's get right to this, okay? Let's get our wet ingredients into the pool here. I made a regular size batch of my own recipe because I'm just going to keep on going. Once we're done with the Maker Shop, I'm going to do a part 2 video of all of the molds that we have created ourselves and printed off ourselves. But this video is already way too long as it is, but it's very important. I think this is going to be really helpful and really useful to those just starting out that have never used these molds before. They don't know what recipes to use. They're having trouble using the recipes. And I'm not using my hand mixer just because, you know, just to save time or whatnot. And I'm not using any color. Here's my shea butter and my cocoa butter. I don't use, you know, just regular liquid oil. In my personal opinion and experience, butters make a smooth, hard bath bomb with no flaky, powdery afterfeel. All right, in goes our citric acid. It's weird for me to do this with a whisk. The hand mixer just makes such quick work of mixing everything, especially with the powdered colorants. It really helps to ensure they're getting mixed in thoroughly. All right, I'm going to take this mask off because I am sweating bullets. All right, let's get in here with our hands. So again, out of the 3 recipes that we just tried, the Chunk-A-Dust recipe works the best out of all 3. No problems whatsoever. The Kata recipe, we had some issues with molding there in the end, especially. That dinosaur egg just would not mold. The spider wouldn't mold either, but you know, that I don't think that's recipe dependent. I think that's mold issues. The Inedible Soaps recipe dried out way too fast. And it just, the texture of it, the feel of it, just, it wasn't smooth. It wasn't nice, you know what I mean? It was just too grainy and chalky and powdery and icky. But Chunk-A-Dust recipe performed really, really well. I liked it. All right, that's mine. Let's go over here. Now, I've already done demos of pretty much every mold that I have. Actually, that's not true either. I still have actually quite a bit of molds that I still need to do that I purchased last year from the Maker Shop. But I've already done demos of all of these on the channel already, so just go ahead and look on my channel. This is the apple, and I'm just pressing down right on the stem because there's just a slight little design. See where the stem and the leaf is? Very, very slight. So I just gave it a couple little pokes. But I'm not going to get too in depth with these from the Maker Shop. Again, I've done individual videos on a lot of their mold. I was on my way, making my way through all of the molds and doing demo videos on all of the molds, but then just basically ran out of time and I needed to get going for my season. All right, let's lift straight up on the plate. Okay, so I have a little bit stuck there. It means I didn't pack it enough around that detail. Cardboard on, flip it over, take that plunger right up off of there. And there's your apple. Okay, that's from the Maker Shop. Let's do a little egg from them. I just got this in recently. This is one of their small eggs. It's just got the 2 cups in the shell. Looks like I need to give that some sanding on the inside. It's just sticking just a little bit. Mound it up on the top just slightly because again, we've got this void that we need to try to fill. There's a little piece of filament. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little piece of filament sticking out. That's all right. Okay. Push. Tap, tap, tap. Another little push, get rid of that Saturn ring. Brush it off. Taps on the top. Turn it over, taps on the bottom. Should come right off, no problem. Turn it over on your hand. There we go. Look at that beautiful little egg. No problem. Unmolded like a dream. All right, now the only other ones that I never got to do around Valentine's Day, because I didn't get them in time to do them for Valentine's Day. I do have some hearts here. I've got the regular hearts, and then I've got the naughty hearts. So let's see. Hold please. All right, so we've got a bottom plate, of course our outer shell, and then let's see. You can either use just a regular flat plunger that doesn't have any design on it whatsoever, or you could use any one of these 3 on the bottom if you'd like, because this is just a regular flat. What is my issue today? My gosh. Regular flat, no design. Okay, so we've got the plunger and we've got the bottom plate, which have no design. If you want a design, you can use one of the plates that has the design. We've got X and O's, we've got love, we've got Be Mine. Let's try the Be Mine, just because I think that's going to be a little bit of a booger, because it's, first of all, it's cursive. So let's push. I think I'm going to have problems with this one. And then you just use your plunger. Push.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. I think this one is not going to come out. I have trouble with lettering, especially cursive lettering. So let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it always gets stuck. See, the bath bomb mix is stuck inside the lettering. That always happens, no matter what, no matter whose mold, no matter if I press, I don't press, wet mix, dry mix. So you can't even see. You can't even really tell what that's supposed to say because the lettering all came off. So that's why I usually don't get molds like this, because I already know. I already know it's not going to work. Alright, let's just turn that back over and we'll just flip it this way so you guys can see. But the lettering did not come out. You're not going to be able to tell what that says. So. Alright, let's try one more that maybe the design isn't as bad. Let's try the X's and O's. Put that plate down there. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. Okay, plunger. Okay, let's see if this one will work. This is the X's and O's. Okay, now that one came out better. That one you can tell what it is. But I think like this one, just the cursive writing on this, it's too intricate, it's too small. I just don't see any real way of that coming out, to be honest with you. And that's why I usually don't, I just don't buy things like that. But that came with the set, you know what I mean? So all these other ones are perfectly fine. Alright, so there's the X's and O. These are from the Maker Shop. And then, let's see, these are some of the other ones. These are the naughty ones. These are the naughty ones. So there's a peach, which you know what that's supposed to resemble. And there's an eggplant, and so you know what that is supposed to resemble. And there's some water drops, I guess. So let's just do one of these. Let's do the eggplant, just because it looks like there's some really intricate details on that, which I don't really think I'm going to be able to get to come out. So let's take this first test run and see what happens here. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, moment of truth. You guys can see how slow I'm going, like I'm going at a snail's pace. Because I want those letters to come out. You can't just rip it on off of there like a band-aid. You gotta go slow. Okay, so the outline of the design came out. The intricate details that are here and here, you can see the bath bomb mix is stuck to it. So I knew that was going to be the case, because I can never get that to work, ever. Doesn't matter whose mold it is. Whenever there is really, really sharp, crisp, intricate lines and details, in particular with lettering and words and so forth, I can almost never get those to come out. All right, let me grab my cardboard, flip it over, but now we're going to flip it over again. And there is your eggplant. So this is one of the naughty hearts. It's, you know what an eggplant is supposed to resemble, ladies. Oh, goodness me. Okay. All right, well, that's going to do it as far as the Maker Shop is concerned, because like I said, I've already done plenty demos on the channel with a ton of their molds. Just go back and look on the channel. You'll find a lot of them. There's a lot. So I'm going to end this video now, and we're going to start a part 2 video, and we're just going to make a bunch of bath bombs using our own 3D bath bomb molds that we have printed ourselves, okay? So you guys hang with me. This is going to end this particular video. This is part 1, but stay tuned for part 2. We will be back, all right?